Hey folks, we're back. I'm Ted Cantu, and with us today is Jerry Norton. And again, he's got some phenomenal news here about the Detroit economy, and also some great news for investors. Now, he's from a company called Equity Services LLC, and he's right here in Lake Orion, Michigan. And he's got some phenomenal news for investors. And today we're going to be talking about positive cash flow. So, Jerry, welcome.
Yeah, great. I'm glad to be here. Glad you're having me back, Ted. You know, it's really neat because we're seeing a lot of investors right now, and they're not feeling too safe in the stock market with their money.
Right.
And so they're looking to put that money in a safe investment. And real estate right now is a great opportunity to get in low, hold on to that property till things turn around. In the meantime, you can get some real great cash flow.
Oh, that's great. That's great. Now, you're kind of like the master at this. You've kind of pieced this whole thing together, and you have a unique system that you can share with investors, and it's really phenomenal.
Well, we've been doing it now for a few years, providing these properties for non-local investors that want to come in here with their investment money and put it in a good vehicle for it. So, yeah, we've got the system down pretty well now, I think.
Now, I think if, what was it, like, so 2 years, no, it isn't very long, 24 months, you actually handled 150 properties?
Yeah, it's been about 150 properties since January of '07. So yeah, a little over 2 years. Yeah, so we've moved a lot of properties.
And it's not just, putting carpet on there, a little bit of paint, and getting the property out the door. These guys do some phenomenal renovation work that's just from soup to nuts. They do everything from plumbing to basements and exterior, interior.
Yeah, it's great you mentioned that, Ted. We've actually had some people, they look at our stuff and they say, you know what, I'm going to try this on my own. And they come out here and they buy a property. And most of those people come right back to us.
Yeah.
Because they realize, boy, it's tough to find a good property. It takes a lot of time to find a good property in a good area at the right price.
Mm-hmm.
And then that renovation process can be tough.
Because you got to also coordinate all these different contractors too.
Yeah, you got your contractors, draws. You got to make sure their workmanship's right,
mm-hmm.
and you got to know what to do. Renovating a property, you can scratch your head and say, well, what should I do? Should I replace that roof or not? And so, we've really got the system down to where we come into these things. Our crews come in. Everybody knows what they're supposed to do, and we're in and we're out pretty quick. I mean, we can do a fully renovation in about a month.
Wow.
Some of these things we get done in about 2 weeks. So
2 weeks?
Yeah, we come in guns a-blazing, and if you look here at some of this process.
The reason why I'm laughing, folks, is because there's stuff that they do is so dramatic, and I just can't imagine in 2 weeks it goes from, some of the before and after pictures are pretty dramatic.
Yeah, I mean, this property here, it took us about a month to do, and if you look at what it looked like before, and now you look at this property, I mean, quite a transformation. And the neat thing about this property is we had a tenant in place before we were done.
Mm-hmm.
So they were moving in the day after we did our final punch list.
That's amazing.
And we had an investor who purchased this property, around the same time too. So, it's a beautiful property. Our properties rent pretty quick because they're the nicest in the neighborhood.
Mm-hmm.
Because we really go all out on them.
Mm-hmm. Wow. So what does that mean as far as cash flow for an investor?
Well, that's the great thing is, these properties are priced right. Even if you finance our properties, you're looking at around a $200 a month cash flow after all your expenses. And that's including your property management fee, your taxes, your insurance. So that's really great to come in here. And if you finance it, now you're really leveraging your money, mm-hmm. and getting some great cash flow.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. We've got investors now coming in from out of the country. We had an Australian investor buy 3 properties from us, and so they see the value, and they see it's a great place to put their money right now.
That's amazing. Australia, how did they find you?
Well, they found us through our marketing, through our internet, and they found our website.
Wow. They
contacted us, and they bought 3 properties.
That's amazing.
And we've had a lot of buyers from California, Hawaii, the UK.
Mm-hmm.
So it's people are coming from all over to get into these properties.
That is really, really incredible. Well, Jerry, also too, I want to kind of go over a little bit about the price of these properties and what's going to happen when the market comes back.
Well, that's the attractive thing is our properties, they average around $40,000 to $50,000, fully renovated, with property management and tenants in place, and that is just incredible.
Mm.
I mean, I have investors say, man, I can't even I can't even buy a car for that. Or, you know, that's what a car costs to buy.
Right.
And yet you're buying a real estate investment property that's going to hold its value over time and get cash flow in the meantime. So the pricing is really amazing. The neat thing about it is, you know, these properties now were once worth, only a few years ago, you know, twice what we're selling them for. And so, you know, the market took a crash here. The neat thing is these investors who lost their homes due to these adjustable rate mortgages,
Right.
now they're renters.
Yes.
So we've got this strong rental market, and so, you know, these renters come in, you get positive cash flow, you're buying at a phenomenal price. In fact, most people, you know, we buy right and we renovate right and we sell right. So, you know, to come in and do this on your own, you're really not going to save any money, maybe even spend more money, not to mention all the time and, you know, cost overruns with contractors and all of that.
Wow, that's really cool. And also, I mean, Oakland County is actually a pretty rich county to be part of, to invest your money in, because it's the richest county in Michigan. Yeah,
that's the neat thing. You know, it's great when you mentioned Oakland County. We really like this city, Pontiac. And Pontiac, it's right in the, you can see here on the map, it's right in the heart of Oakland County. And it's about 66,000 residents, so it's not a real big city, but it's a working class city. It's, you know, it's a lower income city, and it's surrounded by this affluence. You know, Oakland County, it's ranked like the top 5 wealthiest counties in the U.S., you know, year in and year out. So what that means is over time, you've got great appreciation that's going to go on in that city.
Wow, and also we mentioned a little bit before too about some of the great different shifts that are happening in our economy with the entertainment industry and some biotech companies.
And I think that's what, you know, the savvy investors, you know, they buy when it's down. Michigan's down right now, but if you're careful and you're watching what's going on in Michigan, it's pretty amazing, because Michigan right now is laying the groundwork for some great things to happen to our economy. You know, we're kind of shifting away from the manufacturing automotive a little bit, and the areas that we're going into in Michigan are the biotechnology and you know, the alternative energy. And Michigan right now is offering a 42% tax incentive for the film industry to come in. And so now we've seen just recently 3 major film companies, you know, moving to Michigan. In fact, one of those is in Pontiac. And Motown Motions, they bought a 1 million square foot GM building right in Pontiac, and they're estimating that they're gonna invest $70 million into this building, and it's gonna bring in like 5,000 new jobs. Just this one company.
And they gotta live somewhere.
Yeah, so
that's great.
You know, we're looking at those kinds of things that are gonna really boost our economy. Investors want to get in now. I'm a real proponent of buying and holding real estate. If you think about it, Ted, you know, the people that have become wealthy in real estate, if you think about it, they did it because they bought low, they held on for a while, and now look what their property's worth. And so that's the key, we believe, is to get in at the right time, and now is the right time.
Wow. Well, folks, you're going to want to go to his website, because he's got some amazing before and after shots, and also some free tools there, too, for investors. And Jerry, what's that URL?
Yeah, it's www.equityservicesllc.com.
Great. All right, folks. Thank you, Jerry.
Thanks a lot.
Okay, we'll see you guys online. Thank you.
Thanks.